Hi, friends. I hope that you are having a great Wednesday. I just wanted to kind of pop in, say hello, and just share a few thoughts again. I was just thinking about some things, doing some meditation, and actually recently somebody asked me to do share some of my work I used to do with her children, and it was really cool because it just kind of brought me back to a lot of reminders and in doing that, I was just thinking of, it's about working with our energy and kind of creating space for ourselves, and it's something that we can connect to at all times, and to help us feel better, to help clear things, to help keep us connected with, our source and everyone as one. And anyway, it just got me thinking about, these times again, and how I know, different notifications from various people, and everyone's handling things in a different way. And I know there's so much going on, and it can seem scary at times and frustrating and sad. And yet I just want to send out a little reminder of just to everyone to know that sometimes things aren't always as they seem. Our world, if you haven't learned that yet, there's usually a lot of things stirring behind behind the scenes, and if you will. And we don't have to always understand it all, and there's lots of different pieces of information out there. And sometimes it's knowing, we don't might not even know which ones are which, what's right, what's not. And really, it doesn't even matter so much as long as we do our part. And what is our part? Our part, to me, is about keeping our own vibration up, doing anything that we can to help ourselves, raise our vibration, or at least sustain it. And because it's easy when we have these things that we get caught up in, it easily can drain our energy or bring us down to a lower level. And in that space is when we're more easily, controlled, or buy into even the negative stuff even more. And so it's really important right now to take care of yourself. And the great thing and funny thing too, ironic thing, is that's really what the new foundation is all about anyway. It's about, staying present and staying present and sharing what our gifts are here. To do that, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to make sure we're being good to ourselves. And what does that mean? That's on all levels. That's the physical part, and sometimes it's easy to forget about that too, whether it's not getting enough sleep, or it's not eating well, or it's, who knows, maybe it's other kind of addictions. And then there's, drinking enough water is huge. And I know I'm still practicing on that one. For some reason, that seems to be something I need practice on. Anyway, I do working with that. And it's our spiritual practices, connecting, tuning into ourselves, to the light within, to the universal source. I like to call it the divine design. Whatever name you give it, it's something that resides in our center. And through that, we can connect. There's a source that we can link to that connects to everyone and everything, to the grand source of all. And there's, the other physical practices of, exercise, getting on that, working with our energy, or just mind, body, spirit, our emotions. If we're out of balance in our emotions anywhere, is how do we, what is our outlet? What do we do to clear that, to balance that? And then to kind of work on all these different levels, and then keep the balance as we go, or do our best to keep our balance. And right now, it can't tell you how important it is. This is, one of the most significant times we're walking through. This is history here. And nobody really knows what exactly the outcome's going to be, but a lot of us, can feel the excitement. I know, even through some of the fear and the sadness and things like that, I also know I've had this feeling, this nudge, and knowing that it's going to be better than okay, that things are going to change, which many of us have been waiting for. But and sometimes, walking through change can be uncomfortable, but it's leading to a great place. And the more we can keep our vibration raised, or again, at least sustained, the better it is for everybody, and especially ourselves, because the law of attraction, what we are focusing on and what we are vibrating at, is what we are naturally going to attract to ourselves. That's just how it works. There's no judgment in it. It's just how it works. So be mindful of what you're vibrating at. And again, that's where it comes into taking care of ourself. Which part of it, you can like be honest with yourself and look at, what am I doing? Where am I at? What am I choosing for myself? You know, and how is that, what space is that keeping me in? And then what can I do? Maybe what baby steps can I take to shift that? And even though we're at home, there's so much we can do. You know, there's all these like online apps you can do, dance apps, yoga apps, meditation apps, you know, connection apps. You can, if you're in a place where you can like get into your yard or outside, do it. Being in nature is so important right now. And if you can't visualize, you can visualize, you know, do a video. People have all kinds of really great videos where it's all about connecting with nature, you know, and you can put yourself there, you know, visualize yourself there. It's looking at whatever issues pop up for you. You know, it's a great time of triggers, especially if you're with people there or not with people at all. That also is other triggers, because what are you going through with that? You know, what kind of, you know, loneliness stuff is coming up, or you know, you might notice just all different range of emotions. And some of what we're going through is also a grieving process. It is, we are grieving for the way of life that deep down we know has changed for good, and for parts of ourselves, parts of the, you know, things that we were comfortable with. And that's all okay. It's actually important to go through those processes. And there are, you know, lots of things that we can do to help that. And, you know, are we eating healthy foods? You know, and maybe it's a good time, if you don't have that education, to start to look up some information about whole foods, look up about what really sustains your body, because some of what, you know, we've been told might not always be what was best for us. You know, there was other reasons that we were given information in the past, and you know, maybe that doesn't sit well with some of you, but if you look into it, you might find a different story. And it's a good time to start learning and understanding about our connection, you know, with whole food. You know, it's something that has made major shifts in my body and my health. And just understanding the fuel process, you know, like what we're putting in our body. It's either fuel or it's not. And this is no judgment, because a lot of times what I know is for myself is eating in the past for me was way tied to my emotions. It was, you know, either a social connection, or it was being uncomfortable. And so I would eat certain foods that gave me some kind of comfort. And little by little, I worked at like letting that go. And I can't tell you how freeing that is for me. And each time as I've gone through more, I've gotten healthier and healthier, and working on, you know, my body's clearing old stuff, and it just feels great. And it feels really good to be able to get older and feel better. So especially somebody who had, you know, a lot of illness in my past. So it's great. And you know, again, water, fluids, you know, what are we putting in our body? Are we balancing out? And I'm not saying don't do anything or have any things that aren't good for you, but balance it out. You know, it's all about finding that balance for us, and being conscious of our choices, I think, is the most important thing. So even if you decide to have something, you know, I do that too. I do it consciously. I know that this thing that I'm going to consume right now is something that is, you know, not fueling my body, but I am feeling some kind of comfort from it, and I'm choosing this at this moment. So I'm not giving my power away to it anymore. I'm accepting it, and I'm knowing it, and I'm choosing it. And then I do my best to balance it out. And you know, and then it's getting the rest that you need. And everybody's going to be different. You know, I think it's an important time to no longer let other standards dictate what's right for us. You know, you might have different hours of sleeping. Maybe you're an 8-hour person or a 7-hour person, but maybe relook at it and see, is this really what I need? Or is this what I was taught and I got used to? And figure out what your body needs and wants. And that might change too, but get the rest that you need. And then the movement, exercise is really important too. And it's easy to get out of that one for some of us. And that is something, it can be simple, it could be more intense, it could be fun. Sometimes, you know, we found that there is a dancing app that was so much fun. It was hilarious and fun at the same time, and so good for our body. Getting outside, walking around, doing yoga, doing other exercises, Tai Chi, Qigong, on. There's so many things you can do. There's go on and on and on, and they can be a lot of fun. You could do it with yourself. You could do it with other people. There's no limits to any of this. It's just about taking the steps, and the time that we're in is, if you don't know any of these, or you can't come up with ideas for yourself, look them up. Put in the question on your Google and Chrome or whatever, and there's so many different things that will pop up. So much stuff I can't even begin to name even a piece of it. There's so much out there, and so it's a good time to explore. Look, you have so much time on your hand, or for a lot of people, it's a great time to explore. What do you like? What can you do? What's something new you can try? What's something great you can do for yourself today? And there's other kind of self-care. There's like baths and, a massage and, all kinds of different things that you can do to help yourself. And right now, that is where, if we could bring our focus to that, and then that, in our family, when we have children or families, that extends, to our family as well. What can we do to help bring this space, our family, into a better place? Or what's one thing we can do to bring something, healthier into our situation? And every time you find yourself focusing somewhere else, it's just about bringing it back. And right now, this is the most awesome thing I feel like we could do for everything, no matter what looks like it's happening out there. Because there might be surprises that come along very soon that are going to bring even more changes that you might not have been prepared for. And that's okay. If you are working on yourself and you are keeping your balance, it is going to help no matter what happens, no matter what goes down. Doesn't matter. Because if you're vibrating at a higher vibration and at a more balanced vibration, that's what you're going to attract regardless of what happens. So just something I felt really strongly to share today is just be mindful. And to me, it's a very exciting time. This is just, we don't know. And at the same time, I don't need to know to trust. I know that I'm supported by the universe and always. I know that I am safe. I know that I can trust the process of life, and life brings me only positive experiences because the universe has my back. And anytime that part of my ego or something wants to bring me out, or something in the world wants to tell me something different, I can stop and say to myself, no, that's not my truth. This is my truth. Now, let me see, where was my focus again? What am I going to do to take care of myself again? Oh yeah, I'm going to go play a game. Whatever it is. So anyway, for now, lots of love and hugs to you. There's others. I have more videos and meditation on my website if you want to check it out, thelabyrinthoflife.com. And I have these online free support circles that we've been doing. We've been having a blast every 2 weeks. One's coming up tomorrow, actually, Thursday. They're usually on Thursday evenings. And all the information is on my website if you want to join us for some extra spiritual support, connection, laughter, tears sometimes. Usually it's more laughter, but anyway, lots of love, big hugs to you all, and take care of yourself. Love yourself. Okay, love you.